The hurt of a father, you have no idea. Well, I'm sure you have idea.
That's biased. Completely biased. I don't want to give a fuck if it was Tim. Did you say 3, 2, 1?
Yeah.
Now, we back right here. Okay, I was talking to them, you know what I'm saying? If you wasn't on live, you missed it, so let me recap it and shit. You know what I'm saying? My youngest daughter, her birthday, and she just turned 20 and all that. She don't drink, she don't smoke, she don't do that. But she will go to clubs, which I think is a waste of money and shit. You just pay to get in and stare at people and shit. You know what I'm saying? They did ask me out. Dad, go with us to that. But I don't. I'm not going to no goddamn club with your phone. Yeah, that's my daughter over there. No, I'm not doing that. So, someone came to, and my niece was with them also, you know what I'm saying? And, you know what I'm saying? And they're all about to go out and get, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, I gave them a little bit of money so they can enjoy themselves and all that right there. You know what I'm saying? But my youngest daughter, my oldest daughter, she refused to come into the shop. She tried to talk to me through the window and shit. And I'm like, is that fishnet shit, whatever the fuck you got? Like, what the fuck, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was so super fucking, and she was ashamed to come into the shop and shit, you know, and she's talking to me on the phone, you know what I'm saying? She's like, cause she wanted, I don't know, she came to pick up some money and something else and shit. You know what I'm saying? Makai was out there. She said, don't you want to talk to Makai? Come on here. I said, y'all come in here. Everybody came in, but not you side, because you want to talk to me from the outside, but it's a glass that I can see you and shit. And that's just revealing and shit. That's what the fuck you think you gonna wear to a motherfucking club. And then later on, Sade gonna put up on her story and shit what club they went to, and it's a stripper down there and her booty is out right there. And then my youngest daughter is sitting up there, pat, making it rain and shit like that. I'm like, no, those are my daughters. No, like the pain of a motherfucking dad and shit. If it was Tim, it's so biased, like I was saying, it's so. But if it was Tim or Jalen and shit, if it was Jalen, I'd be shocked. You know what I'm saying? My nigga. But if it was Tim, I won't give a fuck. My nigga. He did some embarrassing shit to me, and I took him in some strippers there. I put money in this nigga's hand, a stack of like $30 bills and shit. You know what I'm saying? He walked up to the person, and just dropped it on the floor. You know,
I thought it was 50.
Not dropping bricks.
Yeah, I don't know which one it was, but I did redo it again. So probably was 50 and turned it to, but it was lesser the second time I did it right there. You know what I'm saying? And he tapped on the shoulder and put it in her hand.
But I just think it's a crazy world.
And he said I didn't want to disrespect her. Nigga, she naked. All you see is pussy and ass. I didn't want to disrespect her. Here you go.
I think the kids got it fucked up because of the way they
your dad's raised them.
No, the way they, you know, the way we was raised and then the way we be raising them, they still take on some other shit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it's gonna always happen like that.
I don't know.
We took on other shit that our parents didn't do. I can't understand why you motherfuckers is doing that because y'all didn't do that.
But I always think like if the kid can't, if they can't, like if she feel embarrassed to come in front of you with her,
because she knows she was raised like
or
that,
something like that, she shouldn't. And I ain't saying she shouldn't be doing that, but if you feel like, oh, I can't do this in front of my pops, that's a lot because they don't, you know, them girls don't want to disappoint dad. They you know, when you got a good dad in their life, they don't want to disappoint.
You should seen the way, like, okay, how I found out that she smoked weed. You know what I'm saying? That was her secret, that she smoked weed and shit. So when Tim got in his accident and he was at his mom's house, you know what I'm saying, he was talking to me on the phone, he was like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Inside, she took care of me. You know what I'm saying? She came by and she rolled my weed for me and we smoked. And I said, hold on, I wasn't paying attention because I was watching the news. What you saying again? So just so he can repeat it, said, yeah, Inside came by and she smoked with me. You know what I'm saying? The whole thing. So I know you smoke weed and shit, right? So when I'm in the room now, my kids are grown. You know what I'm saying? My nieces are grown. Sometimes they come in and they smoke with me and shit. You know, we trade each other's weed and all that right there. But Sai always would dip into, you know what I'm saying? Like, she'll get the blunt from somebody else and shit. Nigga, I know you smoke and shit. You know what I'm saying? But she would be so ashamed. Stop looking at me. Don't look at me. Then she started to sell weed. You know what I'm saying? And then she tells me, take out how much you think you should get. I said, huh?
Like, what the fuck are you saying?
So I had to go in my drawer and get her a scale and shit and teach her, you know what I'm saying, the metric system and shit. Like you backwards. Like, how many people are you telling? I think how much you, this right here, for a You know, is that what people do to you?
That motherfucker can't wait to catch that motherfucker. They got like that before somebody school them and give them a calculator for real. Calculator.
That's the goofy one, right?
If y'all don't know what a calculator is, that's what I call a scale. Feel me?
Hey, what's that? What's the
So
topic?
y'all, calculator.
What's the raw opinion for today?
The raw opinion for today is, can a woman lead the family? Do you think a woman can lead your family?
Can we get we need a third co-host that is a woman? Because I noticed, and tell this nigga this too. You know what I'm saying? All your raw opinions is about, it's targeted.
Other people give us these. I haven't came up with none of these.
So you got to pick which one you want.
I gave you 10 of them to pick from.
Like one of them could be, hey, how hard is it to save money? And that could be one right there. But all you
that would be a good one because I know how to save money.
The woman. Well, if you do, then teach other people. Because I got a method that works.
What?
My method of saving money came when I was in the projects, you know what I'm saying? And yes, I sold dope, but I wasn't a big dude. I wasn't just right there, you know what I'm saying? It was just, I just did enough just to, you know what I'm saying? So you ain't gonna leave me behind. You know what I'm saying? You want to go to the freak meet? We going to the freak meet. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got no money. No, I ain't want to do that. But my mom would like really come in your room and you could tell like it was a prison search or some shit. Because when you come home from room, your school is like, why my mattress like this? Why my pillow? You didn't put the pillowcases back in my pillow. Well, you didn't put the socks and drawers back in my drawer and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just took stuff out of my closet. Like, you just did a prison search. So I learned how to hide. That means I couldn't buy what I wanted to buy because everybody else was. Because she was like, where the fuck you get this from? Because it was really get the fuck out of my house. I would call the police on you and shit. I would flush shit down the toilet. You know what I'm saying? So I would start to hide shit like in plain fucking sight. Like, it's going to be right in your face. You know what I'm saying? And you just want to not look for it there. And so that's how I save money. And then when I got it to a certain amount, I'm like, ooh. If I do the same thing I was doing before, I did before, you know what I'm saying? But I'm so used to not being able to spend it because of my mom and shit, you know what I'm saying? My thing is, if I can't see it tomorrow, it's a waste of money what you spent it on. You know what I'm saying? So I can ignore money, and if they don't sit up there and say, oh, I can go do this, and oh, that concert is here, so I'm gonna take out of my stash and shit, I'm gonna put it back. And you just rob yourself if you don't. You know what I'm saying? Don't rob your own self and shit. You know what I'm saying? Forget that shit is there. Completely forget it. And just sometimes I'll put money up and shit, and I will completely forget that it's there. You know what I'm saying? I don't even want to know how much is in my credit union. I don't want to know. So when I do find out, if I do find out, I don't know. It should be a shock to me.
Can I borrow some money?
No, because that's my future. I'm just a barber. We don't get no 401k. Well, yeah, no. Hold on. If I love you, I can't say this out loud because the people that I can get taken advantage of. But I gotta think about love and money.
You was about to say, if you love me, you can't borrow me no money?
No, I'm gonna actually put it out there right here because I'm high. You know what I'm saying? And tomorrow I'm gonna look at it like, what the fuck I said out loud?
Well, say it then.
If I love you and you need my help for anything, especially if it's money, there's a 50% chance I'm not gonna get it back. You know what I'm saying? So like everybody say, if you don't got the lend, then don't do it. You know what I'm saying? So if I lend it to you, I'm going to forget.
Can I have some money?
I didn't give you this money for you to repay me back, or I'm gonna give you interest. No, I don't want you in that situation because if I've been in it, or I don't want to see you
I
in
just
it,
told him
so I'm gonna do that for you, and then I'm gonna go about my day. You know, there's times that people have came to me and just, you know what I'm saying, handed me $400. I'm looking at them like, and they gotta remind me why I gave them to 4 months ago. You know, I don't forgot about that because I didn't give you that for that. If I never get it back from you, it's not even in my brain that you owe me. So that means you can't duck me, don't hide from me or nothing because I'm never going to bring it up. It's Friday, you said it. I'm never going to bring it up. You know what I'm saying? So I will never beef with nobody I love.
I just spoke to a motherfucker about that, telling them that I don't lend money to friends because I don't want no shit to come between it. I would rather, like you said, I would rather give it to you
and expect not to get it back
than you borrow it from me or some shit like that because I get pissed off, especially if you owe me and I see you in some shit like you could have gave me my money back, or I see some shit like that you could have gave me my money back, but it's just like you done did something, got a new car.
When I do that,
shit like that,
it doesn't get taken advantage of, you know what I'm saying, because the people that, you know what I'm saying, that I wave it off to, you know what I'm saying, you know, they don't say I'm gonna come back again. Like I'm like that last resort. I know you know what I'm saying. So and so Paul will, you know what I'm saying. He'll have my back. You know what I'm saying. Like So since you know that, it's like I don't want to come to him again for something like that. So it's that right there. You know what I'm saying? So I'm never ever taking advantage. Sometimes I gotta overhear that shit. Why you ain't tell me? You know what I'm saying? I can't sleep at night. That's what my thing is. You know what I'm saying? I'm a great provider and I'm a pretty good protector. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I need you to provide a couple hundred and protect. But that's what's up. Cause I'm like that. It's also I ain't giving nobody shit unless it's.
Cause my daughters is like that. I'm there. They won't tell me shit. I gotta ear hustle with it. You know what I'm saying? Then I gotta bring it to you. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? You was talking about some shit about some women. And what did they do to the women?
Nothing, because you came up with a better.
Yeah. No, but what was it? Cause I had something for that.
The raw opinion and women can be lead the family.
You think they can or not?
It's iffy. I mean, people will talk about it. A lot of women will say they can because, I'm gonna tell you this. I was on the day that I was at the day that I was supposed to go to the doctor about my back and all that, the pain doctor, chiropractor, whatever. I seen a post by Ree Forrest on there, right? And she said something about, what's up, Ree? It's the homie, you know, fam. But she said something in the thing about and this is not pointed towards you because I posted back on what she said, and it was speaking from a larger rebuttal than just what she said. But she was talking about how when the last time or something like that when women had a nigga that got his own shit together. Like a nigga that got his own car, his own crib, his own all that, this, that, and the other, you know what I'm saying? And she said something that was kind of, excuse my language, stupid, because she was like, yeah, you could drive his car to work, and that was corny. But I understood where she was coming from. And when it comes to women, let me get right with you too, Paul. I was speaking, like, I seen where she was coming from because a lot of women are out here taking care of niggas and niggas is driving their cars and dropping them off at work and blah, 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 all that shit at the same time. Me, I like the question she asked about it because then I seen a bunch of females going in on there saying this and we do this, we do that.
Why your neck move like that when you was saying?
Because you can see that going on in the comments.
That's the moment saying it.
Yeah.
The bitch should have did this.
You can see that in the comments, right? So, one chick said, we come equipped, blah, 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 this, that, and the other. And women are equipped to do this and do that. And I believe that. When you have been put in said situations in life, you got to raise your families and raise your kids and all that shit. And then you accept a man into your home. You done been blinded by a facade, basically. And then my whole shit I started saying was, it's funny with you women because it's like many different shits to it. Like one chick, she talking shit like she got her shit together and this, that, and the other. And she might be in a low income, got her little job, and may live in a low income. So now you can afford that new car and insurance. You know, not knocking her shit.
It had nothing to do with leadership.
No, it doesn't. But these are what we're saying.
That's your point, right? That ain't got nothing to do with leadership.
It don't got nothing to do with it.
You on wealth, you getting assisted, and you getting the alley-oop, basically.
Basically.
You know
and you supposed to be handling your shit if you're getting the alley-oop.
Yeah.
But then there's other women that, and then they also in those same situations, they're raising kids, being motherly. As a mother, you accept these boyish baby boy men also, right?
That's true.
You'll take on a baby boy because your mother instinct is to be nurtured. So you will take on a man and your children, so on and so forth, and their friends and shit like that, and be the mother of the house and be the leader, and also.
Hold on, what is a leader? Is a leader something like this is all we got, You know what I'm saying? Or is that
I'm looking at it like the
So
leader
is she
is the
being a
person that's
leader?
in charge of making the shit happen because, and I'm not saying I'm not being biased. I'm saying like in some situations.
I mean, but if you're a mother of 4 and then none of the baby dads is around, you know what I'm saying? I mean, does that make you the leader because you're the head of the pack and you're the provider? Or does that
Yes,
make you
it
a leader
does.
because of a leader because of, you know what I'm saying, how I'm directing you? A leader to me is what direction am I leading you to? Not because I could be the
nose. Yeah.
that cocaine showing.
No, don't. No, I don't want to put that on you.
Because I've been snorting them chlamydia pills and I don't know what.
But no, what I'm saying as far as like, you know, some women are leaders or leading the home because they have been put in a situation where they have no choice.
So are they being leaders or are they
Hold
being
on.
mothers?
I mean, you know,
They're being mothers, but a mother is a leader as well.
Even if you
have no other opposing side. But I'm not saying as far as the leading.
That's your only
Because
provider.
some situations you
That's
may
not a
have been
leader.
just put in that situation. That's your place. There's no man because a man is supposed to be the leader of the home.
Hold on, this is what I want to separate right here. There's a difference between your only provider and then a leader.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying? So
that's what I'm
that's
saying.
separate.
Like that's my whole point around
'Cause I
speaking
know
on Reed's,
women out here-
Reed's question and all that. It was to say that
You got 3 kids and you don't make sure they go to school all the time. You know,
Right.
you by yourself. But what leadership is? That's not a leader. You know what I'm saying?
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That the mother is still the first person you look to for anything is the mother, and when you ain't got no father there in the home, is the mother, and that's in that scenario. And then you got women that are actually career driven, that are taking the masculinity away from men,
Well, that has nothing to do with leadership.
but it does.
Because
It's about if they can lead
if
the
you're making a
family.
bunch of money and all that stuff right here, but you can't keep your ass out the clubs and all the expensive shit, and you got your butt done and your titties done and all that shit, and your kids is always with somebody else, how is you a leader just because you're a
Boom.
You're just
That's
a provider.
another scenario.
Yeah, you're just the only provider.
So now we go to a situation where
My opinion is so completely going to be different than yours.
because all these, I'm just giving the different scenarios because I will say I've seen my mom run shit, run shit.
I was going to throw her in your face.
Huh?
I was going to throw her in your face.
I've seen my mom run shit. My mom,
I'm talking about the leadership part, you know what I'm saying?
and
She had y'all shook and she had me shook.
huh?
Yeah. When I was at y'all's house and shit, and then
She had you shook?
I'm Paul at y'all's house and shit. And then when she come in, I don't give a fuck what drink you had, you poured for me right here. When she got in that house and she opened the door, I did this and I sat right here, like, I'm not here. I did nothing here. You know what I'm saying? I'm uncomfortable. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying. But it ain't that many women like that. And my whole thing,
So your
when I
answer should be
rebuttal,
yes, right?
I think women can, but I think women can, but I
You
think
grew up with one.
a lot of women run or leading the home because they've been put into the position. It's like being,
And then some of y'all put yourselves in position to be in that position. That's the hell that you're living in.
and that's what the other part I was saying because I'm watching that
Hell ain't
also.
inside the ground. Hell is the repercussions that you have to suffer for the sins that you just broke. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't married to a motherfucker, including myself, I done went through my sins and still going through them and shit. You know what I'm saying? But if you ain't
Right.
married to that person, that means you don't know them inside and out. Y'all waited forever and I love each other for who we are and shit. You know what I'm saying? Then you get married, then you have sex, then you have children. But if I don't know you and I have sex and shit, I don't know you, and then you become pregnant, of course then it's gonna be a separation and shit. You know what I'm saying? And then whatever the fuck is going, whether it's child support or you over here by your goddamn
watching, I'm
self
telling you.
with no babysitter and shit.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Your kid, where the parents at? The motherfucker, they at work when this shit is going on. You know what I'm
One
saying?
at work and one
You
ain't.
gonna get a babysitter for your 13-year-old? You know what I'm saying? Who you act around me? You know what I'm saying? It's not who the fuck you are when I take my ass to work.
One
and
at
shit.
work, one ain't, and they both
The
bullshit.
dad's just somewhere, wherever, paying child support. That's the hell that he in, and the hell that you put yourself in because you broke that sin.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They you in the ground on fire because how can you burn the soul? You ain't got no nerve endings.
I think women
You know
can leave the
somebody told
house
me this?
given their situation, but I think a family without a man.
What is leadership though?
I just think lead the family into
I know a single parent woman that, you know what I'm saying, hey, y'all in the streets, y'all gonna have to deal with the street, because she was doing street shit, you know what I'm saying? I sell dope, I sell this, I do this. She did a whole lot of shit right here, right under your kids, and I'm grooming. Your leadership is that, you know what I'm saying, when you growing and all that, if you can't get it in the job world, you at least know how to survive in the hood world.
Right.
So that's her leadership that she did. Y'all can frown on it, or y'all can applaud it, whatever, but that's your leadership. You got another one right here, I'm a single parent, you know what I'm saying, mom, you know, I'm gonna go out in Pinkerton somewhere and try to get my kids into some good schools and shit right there, and then the hood should be nothing.
But that's,
that you know.
those right there.
I'm not gonna beat you up because I don't like what you did. You know what I'm saying? We gonna talk or whatever and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like that's their leadership.
And I think that's all those points are the points I was making. Trying to make multiple points at once with a couple scenarios that women have been running shit. I mean, leading for years, even all the way back to our slave days, even all the way back to
the leader
before we were here in this country, or allegedly.
We just don't like what they lead, you know, sometimes.
And they just put it in and you know, we picked up from this Western world that the man is in charge.
The Western world is the world.
I'm just saying, we picked up that the man is in charge, not like the compromise of man and woman isn't taught amongst the masses. You know what I'm saying? That's shit like a man, woman, and child. That's what 360 degrees is. That's full circle. But that's not taught. That's why they take that away from us. We don't practice that.
And if it was so, we probably wouldn't pay attention to it because we too young, we don't give a fuck, but we invincible. You know what I'm saying? The younger you are, the more invincible. But
I'm saying in all society, like we grew up looking at shit, even with the original early TV shows, the women play position and the men are the head of the household.
You know what?
Which is, you know,
what bother me is that when men would tell women, you don't know how to raise no boy into a man because you ain't never been a man. That's been told to me by 4 different women about my daughters. How can you raise a girl and you ain't never been a woman? You can't turn them in. I got my own interpretation of what a woman should be. This is what I put into my kids. You know what I'm saying? This is what this is my interpretation. You know what I'm saying? So this is what it is. You sit in the front of the classroom. I want to be the best 35-year-old dishwasher. You know what I'm saying? That's who's going to be sitting at the back of the class. You know what I'm saying? Class participation. You going to know how to take a joke. If somebody say something about you, if it's funny, laugh. Don't be that motherfucker that I want to fight you because you said your mom is so fat. Your mom ain't fat, so why would you be mad? You know what I'm saying? You're just mad because everybody laughed at it. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't know how to be on honor roll. I got so many honor roll certificates. I'm not putting them motherfuckers in the goddamn refrigerator no more. I wouldn't have a fucking refrigerator. And there's 2 of them. You know what I'm saying? Grade point average competitions and all that shit right there. You know what I'm saying? This is what, you know, that motherfucker with the saggy pants and all that shit. That nigga bum. You know what I'm saying? Stop. Don't follow. Get that square motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? That's who's gonna love your dirty drawers and shit. You know what I'm saying? So my interpretation of what a woman is, you know what I'm saying? That's what I put into my kids and shit.
Or you sitting there telling you already know you talking to niggas got other daughters.
Yeah. So I don't put nothing on a woman. I don't put the fault on a woman. I don't put nothing because some of these, I hate a broken family. I hate it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Do that shit. You know what I'm saying? And then while you cooking for your motherfucking family, you know what I'm saying? I got a taste for some greens. I want something different. I mean, some chicken from All Family's Kitchen, some lingo ingredients. Listen, I want a biscuit. Brisket. I like cornbread. This thick. Pick up the phone, come get this. They got the biggest sandwiches. Ha! Thank you, Lord Jesus. Is that macaroni and cheese? Is that macaroni and cheese? Is that macaroni and cheese? Yup. Yeah.
All Family's Kitchen. Alright, we got you. Minus the cuss word. 614-556-217.
Ooh. Yeah.
Life should be relaxing, but it's not. Sometimes we have to create our own enjoyment with many different creme velour flavors, such as blackberry plum, strawberry rose, peach, and pomegranate mango. Also, don't forget lemon haze and berry beautiful. Relax, kick your feet up, and enjoy the taste. Creme velour, draped imperial grapes. Creme velour, my lord. Creme velour and DIG, draped imperial grape. Free wine tasting every Friday and Saturday, starting 4 p.m. to 10 p.m. 901 F Robinwood, Columbus, Ohio 43213. Soul food, egg rolls, soul food wontons, and free samples. Come and get you a couple bottles of wine, Kick your feet up, relax, and enjoy the taste. Creme velour, draped imperial grade. Creme velour, my lord.
Somebody said, Sean, can I get my air fryer back? You done had it for 2 weeks now.
No, I definitely didn't have it. You might have just thought that was yours.
You gonna stole somebody?
Nah, I got a new one. You might as well check that, chalk that.
Debo, somebody's shit.
Chalk that. You
Talking
give it
shit to
me,
him
chalk
on the
that
phone
shit.
while you using it.
Yo. I want to give a big shout out. We want to give, send love to Ricky Smiley. We want to send love to Kyrie Thomas. We want to send love to Tyree Nichols. You know what I'm saying? And to the whole city.
Who doesn't watch the show.
Yeah.
And to a certain somebody, I'm sorry. I said I'm sorry.
We were supposed to have a guest today, but we didn't. But we ain't gonna say nothing. We're gonna keep it 100. Love is love, And check us out next week. We have a fucking doozy in the building, you dig? So I just want to say this is your boy Raw Way, aka the Big Homie, with my nigga
Paul Clark, that born and raised Lincoln Parker.
and that motherfucker behind the scenes. Without him, there's no us.
I'm brown skinned and he is darker.
He's technically the guy.
What up?
We gonna toast to y'all. We out this motherfucker.
All right, where you at, Giddy?
Giddy boy.
And the ghost. You got on my hoodie right there. That's the hoodie I left in your car.
I'm on it, I'm on it, I'm on the street boy beats. I'm on it, man. I told y'all niggas y'all ain't ready, man. We can't be stopped on the strip.